Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of the Blackbird Grimoire. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to it. This is the daily forecast for March 12th, 2024. So good morning. Happy Tears Day. Hail Tear the Honorable. And may today not be too contentious for any of us. The astrology for the day, the sun, of course, is in Pisces, a mutable water sign representing compassion. The moon begins the day, the first quarter Aries, cardinal fire sign representing energy. Then it goes void of course at 6:08 a.m. Central Time, and then it will enter first quarter Taurus, a fixed earth sign representing industriousness. So we are shifting from that gotta do something energy into something that is much more purposeful and focused and following through with intentions. Beautiful how that transition works. Mercury is in Aries, a cardinal fire sign representing alertness. Venus is in Pisces, a mutable water sign representing compassion. Mars is in Aquarius, a fixed air sign, which is a very staid energy. Jupiter is in Taurus, a fixed earth sign representing practicality. Saturn is in Pisces, a mutable water sign representing nostalgia. Uranus is in Taurus, a fixed earth sign representing renovation. Neptune is in Pisces, a mutable water sign, which is very imaginative. And Pluto is in Aquarius, a fixed air sign representing reformation. So our moon phase is again the first quarter of a waxing crescent. So set your intentions, put them into motion. Now, when we switch over to the Taurus moon later today, do stay grounded, do set realistic goals, and do avoid distractions. What you need to avoid is fast-paced tasks, anything that requires snappy decisions. And on no account, don't go around trying to change people's minds. That's always a dubious task to begin with. Attempting it on a Tuesday is even worse. Attempting it on a Tuesday during a Taurus moon, that is just the recipe for madness. So, don't do that to yourself. So it is the day of Mars, as mentioned before, and Mars is very dynamic. It's ready to ascend the next mountain. It's ready to draw swords for battle. It is looking for a challenge and for something to do. However, this energy of it is at odds when the Mars is in Aquarius, especially when the moon is in Taurus. So opt today for steady progress on your projects over dramatics and fireworks. It'll work out much better, I promise. So today's tarot card is the Three of Cups. Three in this deck represents the first stage of completion. The Suit of Cups represents water, receptive energy, and emotion. And the keywords for this card are friendship, family, and community. And as we see in the illustration itself, we have three people gathered together. They're raising their cups in a toast. It's obviously that they're all enjoying each other's company. So if today gets a little bit feisty, as many Tuesdays can be, at the end of the day, reach out to your friends, reach out to your families, reach out to people that you can just relax and be comfortable with, and that will help restore the spirits and smooth any ruffled feathers. Now, today's Celtic triad reads, three things which the upright will gain: worldly sufficiency, peace of conscience, and unending happiness. So worldly sufficiency, and in other words, you have enough money. You have enough money to look after yourself and do what you need to do. And people who are scrupulous with their money, they do tend to do all right with themselves. And people who are scrupulous, they also tend to have a good, strong ethical code. So let's consider that another pin into the myth of, pagans have no morals. Oh, yes, we do. And ancient pagans certainly did as well. Otherwise, we wouldn't have inherited this repository of advice and counsel. Another thing that the upright people will gain is a peaceful conscience, because, of course, if you're not being naughty, then you don't have anything to torment yourself about. The purpose of guilt, when you think about it, is really to alert yourself when you have transgressed your own moral code, and that's what bothers your conscience. Now, once you have corrected the situation as much as you possibly can, and you have desisted from what led to that violation of your conscience to begin with, then guilt dissolves because it serves no longer, it doesn't have any further purpose. So you can rest assured that when you have done those things, it's fine to be peaceful in your conscience. You don't need to continue torturing yourselves. I know there's a lot of people who seem to get this weird kind of something by tormenting themselves or by telling other people that they need to be perpetually guilty about something. I wonder if we would see that sort of thing if it hadn't been for the influence of the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church is very good about keeping guilt alive. Benefit of being upright is unending happiness. So, what does this really mean? Well, it would be lasting joy that's brought about through having a good character and exhibiting good conduct throughout the whole of your life. It doesn't mean that absolutely every second of your life is just zany and happy and, very, very joyful, but it's just saying that over the long haul, you have been in a state of happiness more than you have been in a state of unhappiness. And that, again, is a benefit of actually living up to your moral code. Makes the trouble worthwhile, doesn't it? So today's magical intention is challenges. And I don't know why I wrote intuition instead of intention up there. I think I must have been tired when I made this particular presentation. Mental note, edit better. Anyway, moving on. The color for the day is gray. Now, I do like gray because people do tend to talk about gray areas in life, and gray areas in life or gray people. It's, it is a very challenging thing because it's neither one thing nor the other. It has a composition of both. So I think that's a very suitable representation of what challenges are all about. The plant that I associate with this is the pennyroyal, the animal, the boar. If you have familiarity with wild boars, then you'll know that simply encountering them can be an extremely challenging situation indeed. And then for the crystal, I chose the lodestone. So draw upon the energies of these correspondences when you're overcoming difficulties today. I mean, it's a Tuesday. There's going to be a difficulty of some kind in all probability. So make use of this knowledge as you will. So, for today's pagan practice, meditate on how you navigate conflict and what forms of conflict you're comfortable with. And that might sound a little bit strange, especially to people who are very uncomfortable with conflict of any kind. But it is only through conflict, or to a lesser degree, argumentation, that we are really able to sort out what the problem between people or organizations actually is. Because until you define what that thing is, you're not going to really be able to mend it. And this is as important in world affairs as it is between two people in the same household. You need to deal with the thing itself. And in order to do that, you're going to engage in some kind of conflict. So knowing how to do that and doing that to where it doesn't reach a detrimental level, that's extremely important. Then you might be able to use a bit of ginger in your food to help surge on your energy. And then you could tap into the energy of spring thunderstorms. Now, you may not have any spring thunderstorms today, but in all probability, you will experience them at some point of the season. And that just when they come your way, do make use of that energy. It's most enlivening. And especially if you are feeling a little bit tired, worn down, or if you are just feeling stressed out about the world in general, tapping into that storm energy, collecting your storm water, that can do a great deal to restore you. And then because it is Tuesday and we're all about the conflict today, you might read a few chapters of Sun Tzu in The Art of War, meditate upon his counsel. The advice he has, if you know how to apply the principles, if you can use your imagination and think about how to apply them, it's as effective and it's as meaningful today as it was when it was first recorded. And then lastly, honor a god of war today. You might not like war, I know I don't, but without people successfully winning wars, civilizations would cease to exist. So you got to be thankful to those who teach people how to do it effectively. So today I leave you with a picture of a storm over a spring meadow and this journal prompt. Are you prepared to weather the storms to come, whether those storms are natural or man-made? And how can you stiffen your resolve, in the sense so that you can be prepared, or at least you can be in a frame of mind to where you're going to be telling yourself, I will get through this, I will survive this, it's going to be okay again. This is just a moment in time. Think about that today. You never know when it might come in handy. And that is all for the daily forecast for today. Come back tomorrow. We'll have other things to talk about. In the meantime, leave me your thoughts in the comments section or send me an email at brigantiablackbird@protonmail.com and we can have a conversation there. But that'll do for now, and you have a good rest of your day. Bye.